cannot eliminate fear, but you can overcome it. I want you to grab that. Before I give you the 3 steps to overcoming fear, you must first realize that fear never goes away. I still deal with fear. Anybody who is a human, anybody who desires to make some progress in some area of your life will always be confronting fear. So fear is part of the deal. So the mindset has to be, wait a second, I can't eliminate fear, so I'm going to start thinking about fear differently. It's not about eliminating it. I'm never going to be able to. Every time fear pops up, does it make me a weak person? That's what I want you to get. But you can't overcome fear. Here's how. 3 steps. 3 steps to overcome fear. And I want to walk you through these. The first one is you have got to identify your fear. Call it out specifically. If you've been watching this show or listening to the show for any amount of time, you've heard me do this with callers. I will stop the entire conversation and drive into the fear. And I'll say, what specifically are you afraid of? Name it. Describe it. And the reason we want to do that is we want to expose it. When it's bouncing around inside of your head, it's scary, it's massive, and it feels like you can't even face it. So we get it out of our head 2 ways. We either write it down on a piece of paper so we can see the fear, or we share with somebody what the fear is, and I'm your guy. Okay? If you can't talk to anybody else, you can call me. I'm here 5 days a week. Now, that's step 1. Step 2 is once we've identified it and we've shared it with somebody or we've written it down and we got it outside of our head, we have to deconstruct the fear. And here's what I mean by that. Fear is a liar. So if your fear is saying something like, you don't have what it takes, you're a complete imposter, and people are going to find out that you're an imposter and they're going to disown you because nobody likes a fake and a fraud. I'm making this up. But that's a real fear that I hear from people. Okay, if that's the fear, then we deconstruct that. We say, wait a second, is that true? If I somehow fail or I don't succeed as quickly as I'd like, are people that know me and love me truly going to disown me and say that I'm a big fraud and fake? No. What if the fear is, hey, Ken, if this doesn't work and I switch careers and I go take this job and it doesn't work, they're going to fire me and I may not be able to get a job again and my family's going to be homeless and we're going to starve. Now, you see how silly that sounds when we actually say it and we deconstruct it. Is that true? So deconstruct it. Is that true? Am I going to starve and am I going to be homeless? No. So now we've deconstructed it. And so now we say, okay, if this is what the lie is, what's the truth? The truth is, I may fail, I may stumble, but I'm going to learn something from this. And actually, I'm moving forward on purpose anyway. We're not just walking blindly. We're not jumping off of a cliff without a plan. So there's actually all that deep, deep pain and rejection and all that stuff. It's not going to happen anyway. So that's the truth. And then we relax. And so the third step is refocus. Now that we know the truth, we refocus our brain on the truth. So instead of failure thinking, fear thinking, I readjust to future thinking, a future based on positive results, that I know this can happen. And I know if I apply myself, I get better, I stay with it, I'm going to get there. Now, this is what you tell your parents. Basically, what I just did for you folks was give you a 3-step process that essentially you tell your kids. This is exactly what you would do. What are you afraid of, sweetheart? What are you afraid of, bud? Oh, okay. Well, that's just not true. That's not going to happen. See, we're deconstructing it as parents. And then what do? We go, nah, don't worry about that. You're fine. Your friends are going to support you. It's going to be fine. Trust me, you're going to get through this. You're going to look back on this. And I'm going to tell you something right now. It's going to be the greatest thing that ever happened to you. It's a great change. And your kid goes, okay, all right. Hope you're right, mom and dad, right? And so what are we trying to do? We're refocusing our kids on the truth. And so when we have a mindset that is focused on the truth and on positive outcomes, then the fear, hear me, full circle here, the fear isn't eliminated. The fear just gets really, really quiet. And we don't hear it and we don't see it. So those are the 3 steps to overcoming your fear. 844-747-2577. One of the things people are really afraid of is dealing with updating their resume and putting themselves out there. And I'm going to tell you this right now, resumes are worthless without a relationship. That's why I created our resume guide. We've had over 100,000 people download this guide, which includes a template. I'm going to explain how you flip your resume, why you flip it, and we give you the template to actually do it. You're going to stand out, but it's not about the resume template. I'm going to teach you in our resume guide how to use your web of connections, the proximity principle, to get yourself in a position where your resume is just something that looks beautiful and it stands out because it's been handed to somebody by a mutual relationship. And then when they see it, they go, whoa, this is really cool. This is really different. So check it out, kencoleman.com/resume, kencoleman.com/resume. It's absolutely free, by the way. Free. So go get it.